in software engineering,
Yes.
okay,
Yes.
so what's given basically from user are called the user requirements.
Yeah, this is the user
Okay.
requirement. This
That's right.
is user requirement.
And then you build a model, we call specification, then you come up with a design.
Right, I call it the
And
control.
so from user requirements, now you come up with control requirements. Those are essentially similar to, actually those are not requirements anymore. Those are basically some kind of structured.
Some kind of?
No, when you use requirements, get confused because requirements are normally what's from user, from the very top.
I think that he's not using the requirement as
In the
a
same way.
software engineer.
That's what I'm
Yeah.
saying, yeah. When you say control
Yeah.
requirements, really it's more like specification, right?
Requirement,
Yeah.
in this case, the control requirement is the output, not the
Right,
not the
right.
input.
So yeah, that's exactly
Yeah.
it.
So remember,
Here, yeah.
when he uses the word control, he uses it kind of like an auditor would use control. Not like a computer scientist uses it.
No, I'm not
No,
questioning the
he's
word
talking-
about control. I'm
Right,
questioning
right,
about
right.
what the requirements.
When Zhudong is using the word
Yeah.
requirement, he's thinking the requirement from the software engineering terminology. And in the software engineering terminology, the requirement is the input.
Yeah, it's
Anything-
from the
anything
initial.
the requirement is input.
Right.
And that's where the
Right.
This
confusion
is-
coming up.
So
Right.
This is output.
Right here.
you
This,
clarify.
Right,
this
right.
is definitely output.
Right, right,
Yeah.
It's not, it's
Here,
nothing, no,
right.
it's just a
It's just
terminology.
I agree.
Terminology
I'm not
differs
doing
from
that.
different
So
domains.
here is the operational here is the operational definition of the control requirement. Here I use control requirement according to this definition in this context.
Right.
The control requirement specified is a formal specification of a desired goal to be achieved by a control. And what is
By a control solution.
By a control solution, I say here. And sometimes I call brief control, that
Yeah.
means control solution.
Control solution.
Right.
So control solution might be like the puffers at the airports, or like the X-ray scanners at containers. I mean, there's, for a given control requirement, there may be a dozen control solutions. Kenneth?
I think, since I'm coming from the audit background when I look at this, if you substitute the word control specification, that's actually what you're doing here. You're specifying the controls needed to to reduce the risk of Deontic fraud.
Yeah,
I'd suggest you, instead of calling them control requirements, you call them control specifications. In auditing, that's what they're called too.
Okay. Yeah.
Right. If you say specification,
See,
that's
but specification gives you the impression that it comes from the user still.
Yeah,
See,
you still
the
have
fact
that
is he
problem.
computes. No, I have
Right.
another
Yeah, no, I get it.
That's the
His-
challenge of the
So
multidisciplinary research.
his basic claim is that he's computing, let me use this word, the
Right.
controls. So it's his computing what is needed at the control level.
requirements.
Right, right. So how about
Your
this?
specification.
No, not controls,
Yeah.
controls. So
Yeah.
the
No,
control
because
is
there's also
output.
control solutions.
Right, right.
For mapping, there's many control solutions to satisfy a given control
Right.
requirement / specification.
Let me give you an example and you see the difference, okay? The control requirement is there should be an evidence, a documentary evidence when the seller delivers goods to the carrier. There should be a documentary evidence. This is the control
Of that event.
That event, okay? This event can be evident by a paper document in the paper-based procedure. The carrier will put a signature on the document and give it back to the seller. This can be done like in the CDOC. CDOC is a kind of the electronic bill of lading procedure used for international trade. And they issue a secret code, a password, even called. When the seller delivers goods to the carrier, the system issue a password to the seller to evidence that the seller has been delivered goods to the carrier. So you see the same requirement. There is a documentary evidence when the seller delivers goods to the carrier. It can be evident either by a paper document, a special paper document, with signature of the carrier, or either by a password in the electronic system, and so forth. Maybe in the future, a physical token, a coin or
And
token.
there's also smart card solutions where there's a
Right, right.
protocol between the smart cards.
Okay.
So there's several different solutions for that. We need a word for this though. You guys don't like requirements, You don't like specification, come on.
No,
So does it-
okay, so
are we
requirements,
describing-
yeah,
Control structures.
yeah,
Yeah.
Deontic process models are basically specification, control specification. You given whatever expert provided, they need whatever, then you do a specification.
Right, this is
Right?
specification of a Deontic process.
That's
Right.
control specification.
No, it's
No.
the specification of a Deontic process. It's not about control. It's just barely about what did the seller have to do, the obligation he has to do, what did the buyer have an obligation to do, and so
For
on.
instance, a Deontic process model might be the transfer of land.
Do you have a demo
Yeah.
with an example?
Yeah, I will come to that
maybe
very soon. I will come to that
So
very
is
soon.
it,
Okay.
is this the desired goal here to be producing something that you could use within like a CDOCS?
Sure.
To-
This is providing the
define
underlying
what-
principle, providing the underlying principle for design a system like CDOC.
Okay,
There's a number of systems, CDOC, Bolero, and so forth.
right.
What I do is to provide the underlying principle for design of such procedure.
Would you say that you are computing control modules?
Module still has over to
No, I
A
don't think so.
piece of software, you're
That sounds
you're
like the
producing a
solution.
piece of software, you're computing a piece of software, the aim of which is to control,
No,
No.
no.
no?
We
Those are the
specify.
control solutions.
Uh,
He is talking about the control requirement. You know, when we do all the time surface structure, deep structure, show that.
Yes.
Then you're right.
I just don't.
I think
Got that
could we
I
like
thought
temporarily
it was
hold the
computing
discussion on the control
And
requirement?
just draw them, the thing we always do about the
Yeah.
multiple,
Okay, okay.
multiple
I
control
get it.
solutions in one deep
Right.
structure.
Right, I just saw an example.
Formalism under CDOCS, I get it.
No, just the boxes, just the
Right.
boxes.
Yeah, this is a Deontic process, okay? We can have very many documentary procedure. This is including control solution.
For instance, for an airline ticket, you can
Right,
have a paper ticket or you can have an e-ticket.
Ticket, yeah.
right.
Maybe there's another way in the future. Maybe we're gonna have an imprint or something like that. The point is, and what we're arguing is that this is, like in linguistics, they call it deep structure. This is like the